welcome back to Have You Heard? My name is Zoe. I'm the managing director and co-founder here at The Social Shepherd. I'm joined by Kellie.
Hello.
We've just filmed a podcast. We're filming another one now. And yeah, Kellie is our people manager and my EA here at The Social Shepherd. And you've been here for how long now?
9 months?
9 months, yeah.
10 months?
Still remember that first LinkedIn message that you sent me?
Oh, God, don't mention it, please.
No, it was very, very sweet. Kellie sent me a very sweet, sheep-orientated LinkedIn message when she was interviewing.
It worked.
But one thing that we were going to chat about today is there's been lots of kerfuffling going on around lots of businesses actually asking people back into the office full time. Mm-hmm. So no hybrid working and 4-day work week. Two fun topics to discuss.
Yeah.
Quite difficult topics to discuss, to be entirely honest.
But also quite topical in the fact that, we've just had a big series of bank holidays. So we've almost kind of experienced that 4-day working pattern and actually essentially having to fit 5 days into 4. So yeah, it's quite interesting that people would kind of have that, put that policy out of 4-day working, because it is a challenge.
It is, yeah. I mean, I think we got asked this whenever Jack and I did the Q&A video from the team, what we thought on it. And to be honest, I actually quite enjoyed the 4-day work week, but it's because I worked the Mondays and got a day of peace and quiet to get some actual work done, which very rarely happens. So I wasn't really utilising the 4-day work week for what it was supposed to be used for. I mean, from my perspective, whether we have a 5-day work week or a 4-day work week, it doesn't really bother me. But as an agency, because we service other businesses, it has to be widely adopted. So I don't personally, I would probably still work 5 days, but my expectations on my working hours are different because I own a business.
Yeah.
From a team perspective, if all our clients went down to a 4-day work week and the team were happy to do so or wanted to do so, then yeah, I wouldn't really have an issue with it. But I think it's going to take quite a long time for that to become widely adopted. And we've also got to remember that we also have some international clients. So we would probably have to have a mix of both, and it could get very messy very quickly.
Yeah, I agree. I think you're right. You would have to have your clients on board with that, because I think you would kind of fall into that pattern of people kind of working on that 5th day to catch up. And then I think you just kind of lose the whole purpose of doing the 4-day week, because, I know that I probably would. And I know that there are others that would probably work on that 5th day. I
also don't know if I get enough sleep. If I was, do you know what I mean? Because I guess the 4-day work week isn't that you only work 4 days. It's that you work
5 days in 4.
Yeah. So basically what we've just gone through with bank holidays. Yeah. But so if you think a normal working day, I don't know, take 9 to 5, for example, your working day would be 9 to 7. If you're commuting on top of that, you're going to potentially be out of the house from 8 to 8. And that, and what you get home, you eat. That's quite a lot, actually.
It is a lot.
I don't know. I don't really know the stats well enough, but I'd be interested to understand if it's actually sustainable for a longer period of time, because on that 5th day, surely you're just caught up on rest. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, how does it balance out? Yeah. How does it even out? No, I agree. I agree. And also then just sort of also taking out the practicalities as well, when you think of, the business that we do and shoot days and stuff, and you're kind of taking out a 4-day in the week to fit everything else in. And I just think for some people and for some businesses, it could really work. But I think you just need to know your industry and know what works for you.
I'm intrigued. I'm going to research after this and see the impact that it's, because I'm just intrigued, because in theory you would end up, as a long period of time, they would be quite tiring days.
They would.
And you would probably end up just saying, well, 4 days of my week are purely devoted to work, because I don't have any other time to do anything else. And then my personal life is in these 3 days. Whereas at the minute, not your Monday to Friday probably is much more devoted to work. You spend more of your time at work than you will at home, but you'll still have time for your personal life. Whereas I don't know, I'm intrigued. to see
It's
how
fascinating.
that would work. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it will kind of move as and when like society moves.
Yeah.
I'd be more so intrigued about like the impact that it has on people from a personal perspective.
And whether they actually do get the benefit of that.
Yeah. Or is it counterproductive? I think. And then the other one that we were going to talk about was businesses bringing everyone back in 5 days a week into the office. For anyone listening that doesn't know, we operate a hybrid structure where we expect the team to be either in the office or on shoot 3 days a week. So on location.
Yeah.
Working 3 days a week and then 2 days at home. There's the odd anomaly here and there where someone may have like moved further afield, and we've wanted to keep them in the business, and therefore we've been able to make like
allowances,
a slight allowance, you know, with the expectation that as we grow across the UK that they will go back to their 3 days. But everyone is in the office. And we do offer like flexibility, you know, if you need to do 2 days one week or 4 days the next week. But the expectation is that we offer flexibility, so we expect flexibility back. So if someone needs to be in the office 5 days one week because of XYZ, I expect them to be in the office. It's not like you go and ask your manager, okay, these are my work from home days this week. Like, I don't know when any of my direct reports are going to be working from home or not working from home. I just expect them to do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So I don't think our team would be very happy with us if we put in you have to be in the office 5 days a week. I think flexibility is really important, and we expect flexibility back, so I think it's only fair that we give it to everyone. But what do you think?
I think that it kind of comes down to your company culture, and I think that we have, you know, a vast amount of people in the business who like to be in the office 5 days a week.
I come in 5 days a week.
Yeah, who want to come in and who want to be in the workplace and in the environment. I think that the balance that we have of 3 days a week is right. I think offering that flexibility for 2 days to work from home is kind of enough, you know. For me personally anyway, you know, I probably tend to do 4 day, you know, between like 3 and 4 days a week. Sometimes it's 5. I think when we kind of, you know, in 4 office move, I'll probably be doing 5. But, you know, I think offering that level of flexibility is then also offering a level of trust to your team. And I think that's really important.
And I think like with the 3 days, we've never discussed upping it to 4, but we have discussed that in the future, we may bring that down to 2. May. There's absolutely no promise that that's going to happen. But if we were to change it, it would be the other way, as opposed to enforcing people in more often. Yeah. But I just, I don't.
But then I think that's all kind of, you know, is all sort of balanced out in the fact that when we were kind of considering dropping those days, you know, we were in our current office, we were growing in numbers, you know, we now have the facilities for people to be in 3 days a week, if they want to be. And I think that's like, you know, so I kind of think, although nothing's set in stone, we also don't, you know, we don't overpromise. Or
I think the other thing that we're kind of looking into at the minute is, and again, this, you know, I could open a can of worms by bringing this topic up, but it is about, obviously there's times in people's lives where they will actually need more flexibility from work. You're starting a family, you know, maternity and paternity leave, and what does that return to work period look like after that? I mean, personally, my dream is to open a nursery and have subsidized childcare for everyone.
Yeah, I know.
Jack does not agree with this plan because he doesn't know how to run a nursery. Neither do I. But that's the dream one day. But I think like it is worth saying that, you know, we have got a really young team. Small. A young team.
Little people.
No. We have got a really young team, and I think everyone, you know, we've got a lot of late 20-years, that's sort of like average age, and like young parents. And I'm really mindful of making sure that we flex policies to support people. Like every family is different, and you know, we do have to maintain consistency, and I think that's really important. But who knows, as we kind of like develop and mature as a business and go through more of those periods, what that kind of looks like. Yeah.
And I guess, again, you know, we haven't really been in that situation. Well, we haven't been in that situation yet where we have somebody who has had a baby. We have one at the moment who is going through that.
We've had paternity, but we've actually never had a maternity case in the Social Shepherd in the 4.5 years of existing. I'm excited. I want someone to have a baby.
Oh, don't look at me. So again, it's kind of, we will cross that bridge when we go through it, and we'll kind of deal with it at the time, you know. And I think we also kind of have to almost be led by the individual, because you might have some people that, you know, want to really maximize their maternity and kind of have lots of time off. And you might have people who, you know, maybe want to come back or keep their foot in the door with work and kind of do like a bit of a hybrid thing as well. So I think for me, I would like to be led by the individual, obviously having like a policy around it and something in place. But I think that's what's also really nice about the agency and where we work, because, you know, in a corporate environment, it's kind of, this is what it is and this is what that is, and it's kind of very structured, and it doesn't allow you to tailor for an individual's needs.
Yeah, I think the flexibility is really, really important. We've digressed a little. Sorry, that was on me. But I think like 4-day work week
is interesting. I just wonder, you know, if it's something that would even be massively
What country
wanted.
is doing it at the minute? There is a country that's doing it, that's their standard, isn't there? Is there like Sweden? Well, I think there's a country out there. Please correct me in the post edit team. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm going to do some research on it. But I feel madly indifferent about it at this stage.
I do.
And then 5-day work week. I mean, it's not something that 5-day in the office. Sorry, it's not something that we will look to implement. I wonder and have those businesses gone from complete remote working and then they're just going back into the office?
I would imagine
that would be quite a jump.
It would be a jump. I think that a lot of businesses, you know, probably had a lot of change with their offices. They probably downsized.
And it's a big cost, like having an office. But I really think we benefit from having the team. And they're hybrid, as we've discussed, but having people in the office, like people bond more. I find I get more work done in the office.
And it's just a sense of like, you know, being part of a team and kind of bouncing your ideas off of somebody, you know, and also kind of when you have a question, you know, being able to turn around and just kind of speak to somebody rather than kind of having to send an email or having to send a Slack. And it's just, you know, it's just more human. It's just nicer.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, hopefully it was mildly insightful for anyone listening. We'll fact check, don't worry. But yeah, thank you for listening, and make sure to like and subscribe if you want to hear Kellie and I chat some more dribble.